So I'm going to ask the audience who's listening, what is your audacious goal for yourself? Think about where you'll be a year or two from now, 5 years. I hate when people ask stuff like that. Like, oh my God, that just like brings anxiety straight up for me. Like, I don't know. But more so, what is your soul calling you to do? Do you want to write a book? Do you want to teach? Do you want to teach CE classes? Do you want to create an online course for your clients to do? So there are many ways of exploring passive income or multiple streams of income.
You're listening to that Handcrafted Therapy podcast with massage therapist and business owner, Julie Alexander. That's me. I'm your host. I've been a massage therapist for 17 years, and I have a business marketing degree. On this podcast, we'll be interviewing industry professionals that can talk to us about how to run your business better, how to be a better massage therapist overall, and how to take care of yourself and give yourself a little love, a little self-care, little grace in your life. I am so glad that you're here. Thanks so much for joining us today. Okay, well, thank you so much, Peggy, for agreeing to be my first guest on our very first podcast episode of Handcrafted Therapy. I'm so excited to have you in my corner. We have a lot in common as far as approaching massage therapy. And I kind of want to talk about that right off the bat, because I think that this is probably a very common way that most people get into massage. And I could be totally wrong by that, but we've both suffered from ailments in which we've needed massage therapy to help us get through that. And we've both learned how to do that on our own through self-care and massage therapy, as well as other modalities. And you've really taken that to a whole new level with your shoulder program. And I'm so thankful to be a part of your posse, because I've learned so much from you about how you've recovered and helped other people recover from shoulder injuries. And I've had back injuries. I've had 4 bulging discs in my low back. I've had a spinal fracture. Every time, and I don't know if you're like this, but every time I have an injury in my own body, I think to myself, this is an opportunity for me to learn how to help somebody else recover from this in the future.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And, I've known you for a few years. I've taken several of your classes, but this is actually the first time I read your bio, to be honest.
I read bios, right?
Well, I hadn't even thought about it until my lovely virtual assistant, Ashley, sent me your bio and said, you might want to read this before you introduce her on your podcast. And I thought, well, that's a good idea. But I had no idea you were so involved in dance and how you have a master's degree in dance.
Yeah.
And what a great stage to start your massage journey.
I always say dancers make really great massage therapists because of our heightened proprioception and our kind of intrinsic understanding of rhythm and flow.
That makes complete sense. You have to be really in tune with your
there's
body.
A lot of dancers who are massage therapists because it's really hard to make a living as a dancer.
Yeah. Well, and it's kind of hard to make a living as a massage therapist too.
Yes. And we're going to talk about that. How can you make a living as a massage therapist?
Well, and that's kind of a good lead in to where we're going next. But, one thing I do want to point out before we get to that is, something that I was talking to Ashley about was, really finding a connection with your mentors and your instructors in the massage community, like connecting with those people. And I believe that's really helped me develop my massage career, knowing that I have your support and other mentor support.
Yeah.
And then if I do have a situation that I don't know how to problem solve myself, I have the tools and the people and the support to help me figure out the problem?
I've had quite a number of mentors. I don't think I think that, if you're AMTA, they have a mentorship program, but it's not, I've looked into it, offering to be a mentor, but I don't think it's something you have to kind of do on your own and create on your own. But mentoring it's crucial. And I would love to start a mentoring program. I do mentor people and coach people a lot, but we work alone a lot and we run into stuff that we don't know about. We need help. We need support. So yeah, my most brilliant mentor was actually in Dallas. Her name was Jerry Yarborough. She's passed on now. She was the most brilliant body worker I've ever met in my life. She changed my life with her SOAS work. So anyway, yes, mentoring is so important. I wish there was something more organized. How about you?
I just scoop up mentors by the armful. Like if I find something that I admire in a person, I tag them as a mentor for myself, whether they're a massage therapist or not, to be honest.
Yeah.
And I just ask, will you be my mentor? Can we have coffee once a week or once a month, or teach me all of the things that you have in your brain, please? So yeah, that's
really good for you.
There's just too much in this life to learn. And so the best thing you can do, I think, is surround yourself with people who know more about what you want to know more about,
Right. I just did a post with a Tony Robbins quote, which is, if you want to achieve success, find someone who's achieved the same kind of success you've achieved, find out what their blueprint is, follow it, implement it. And in terms of, we're talking about mentorship in terms of body work and how to do this, how to approach a situation. But where we need a lot of mentoring is in business, because
yes.
Most of us, you have a pretty extensive business background. I certainly didn't. And I call myself the reluctant businesswoman because I've had to learn, bootstrap it, because it was like business, and all the fear and the lack of confidence and feeling totally incompetent about it. And I've had to surround myself with business mentors because I always say it takes a village to be an entrepreneur. It absolutely does, especially in this day and age.
I completely agree with that. Yeah, the very first conversation I had about starting my business was with a CPA, because my downfall was accounting. It is accounting. It still is. And so my fear point was the accounting side of things. So I pulled him aside and we had lunch, and I said, listen, the one thing that's stopping me from starting a business is the accounting side of things. And he looked, and I'll never forget this lunch for the rest of my life. He looked at me and he goes, you're already miles ahead of any other business owner. Mm-hmm. And I was like, you're crazy. What are you talking about? And he goes, well, you're talking to me about your worst fears before you even start your business. Mm-hmm. And so he gave me 2 points of view. He said, first of all, before you open your business, keep everything financially separate. Mm-hmm. So keep all your personal finances in one place and all your business finances in another place, and just keep them completely separate. And your CPA will thank me later.
Yeah.
And the other thing was, just do it. Just stop thinking about it, and just because you're spinning your wheels over something, where you have the support of professionals that can help you get through your problems. And that's, again, going back to connect with your mentors.
Yeah. I started a practice 2 years ago based on a coach that I had at the time called Money Mondays. And I have it on my calendar. Money Mondays are to take care of everything financial. And it gets it out of the way, and I'm not stressed about it all week. It gives spaciousness to Tuesdays. I may not enjoy Money Mondays that much, but it's worth every ounce of like, oh, I don't want to do this. Oh. And because Tuesday comes, it's like, that's all done. All that stuff that I didn't want to do, it's done. So Money Mondays, just
That's awesome.
yeah. And it may just take a few hours. Sometimes it takes the whole day, depending on what's going on. But that's a good business practice to put into place. And it's really easy. But yeah, we need coaching and in terms of business. I mean, in massage school, they do their best to offer us some business skills, but their job really is to create good massage therapists. Okay. So what I had found was I needed a coach, a business coach. And it took me several tries to find somebody that was really good. I went through about at least 3 coaches before I found somebody who was just so good. I mean, and I learned things like, you're going to laugh at this because you have a background in this, like the difference between features versus benefits. I didn't know that. All these years, I'm talking about features. So, I mean, simple stuff like that is just really, and you know what? When I learned the difference between features versus benefits, so for the people listening who like, oh God, I don't know what that is. A feature is, let's say, okay, I have this book and it has 50 stretches in it. What's the benefit? Well, the benefit is that you can now do these stretches with confidence and you'll distinguish yourself as a therapist who loves to stretch or something like that, you know? And it made marketing, it totally changed my mindset. I was like, oh, this is fun. I can talk about goodness.
Yeah, absolutely.
From my heart and say, this is how it will benefit you. And if that resonates, great. If it doesn't, no problem. So anyway, I had no idea. I just learned that like 5 or 6 years ago. And I've been in business over 25 years. Get a good coach. Yeah.
Well, I think it's important to know what your opportunities are for growth or what you may call weaknesses, right?
Yeah.
Where our weaknesses are, because those are the most important things in business. It's not your strength. It's where you're weak. And that's when you find those people that can help lift you up and teach you and mentor you in those ways. I mean, and I'm really hoping to build that in the massage community as a business professional. I've done marketing several years before I got into massage, and I realized very quickly that the corporate world is not for me. I don't like the politics. I'm a straight shooter. I've often been told that sometimes I can be a little brash and direct, and I like that in people. So that's the way I am. So I'm going to apologize in advance if I offend anyone, but you know what? I'm a straight shooter. You get what you get, you know.
No apology needed. Go ahead.
But I do want to move on to what you've created with this affiliate program. And I'd like for you to explain what it is and in as basic terms as possible, like I'm a 6-year-old.
Well, yeah. So before I will go into details, but let's introduce the topic of passive income. And way back when I was starting as a massage therapist, I took this great course called Making a Living Without a Job. It was a game changer for me. And the woman said, whatever you do, have multiple streams of income. So as we all saw with COVID lockdowns, if massage therapy, one-on-one treatments was your only source of income, that was a tough one. However, you can create multiple streams of income within the field of massage and body work, and some passive income that is not about your one-on-one work. Okay, so I would recommend that to anybody who's listening. Explore passive stream or multiple streams of income, even just creating one more stream. Okay, like Julie, you are now opening up a massage therapy supply store. How brave is that? That is brave. You are pursuing your dream. You have a big goal. You have what's called audacious goals. So I'm going to ask the audience who's listening, what is your audacious goal for yourself? Think about where you'll be a year or two from now, 5 years. I hate when people ask stuff like that. Like, oh my God, that just like brings anxiety straight up for me. Like, I don't know. But more so, what is your soul calling you to do? Do you want to write a book? Do you want to teach? And do you want to teach CE classes? Do you want to create an online course for your clients to do? So there are many ways of exploring passive income or multiple streams of income. Okay. Affiliate is one way. Okay. So that leads me, an affiliate is just what Amazon does. Amazon took affiliate marketing to a whole other level. You can sell your books on Amazon and you get some money from that. Not that much, but enough. So there's lots of places that have affiliates. Like I just became an affiliate for some kind of liniment, topical analgesic. Okay. And so that would be a simple way to start. But I just do encourage people because, there's a natural cap to the number of sessions we can do in a day, in a week. And I just sent a survey out to my email list about what is your biggest challenges staying in business. And there was a lot of great information that came, but so many, it's like, I can't take on any more clients. And I don't necessarily want to do 25, 30 massages a week. So, we get, somebody called it the velvet handcuffs. We get stuck in that trap of trying to break free of the natural cap of a treatment-based business. So anyway, I could talk about this for a long time. And I started to explore other ways. I love to teach. So I became a teacher at Wellness Skills, back in the day when Wellness Skills was still there. And that was my first foray. But I will go into my affiliate program because you did ask me that directly and I haven't forgotten it. Okay. So I am about to, let me back up a little bit. My affiliate program is open to certain people. Okay. I've had to do it that way in terms of I'll be running a Facebook challenge, 5 days to happy, healthy shoulders. Because as you mentioned before, I had a rotator cuff injury. So I wrote a book and all that stuff. I have entrepreneur brain like you do, Julie.
Yeah.
Not everybody has that. And that's okay. So this is the second time doing the challenge. I was amazed at the number of therapists who joined this 5-day Facebook challenge. Okay. There was over 300 people that joined when I offered it. So this is massage therapists that are high risk for rotator cuff injuries. And I sent you the link so you can put it in the description of this episode and people can sign up to join. Then that goes into, after people get a taste, I then offer a full course called Save Your Shoulders. And that's 14 or 15 modules. It's got CEs attached to it. It's got support meetings with me attached to it. And it has this affiliate program attached to it. Because what I did when I was creating the Save Your Shoulders course, which is a lot of exercises, okay? Scapula stabilization is big on it. There's also body mechanics and things like that. Because a lot of people are confused about what exercises to do. I know I was, and I've had so many, and you've probably had clients. And so have I. It was like I went to the gym and I didn't know what to do. And I got on the pec machine and that made it worse. And that's, what people do. So we need guidance on what exercises are the best, what stretches are the best, things like that, and posture. So back to the affiliate program. I took that course and I recreated it for a general population. And that course, the general population version is called From Ouch to Ah, Shoulder Pain Self-Care. So the reason I attached it to the Save Your Shoulders program is that if you recommend the Ouch to Ah course to your clients, you will know what they are looking at because you've basically gone through the same course in the Save Your Shoulders course. So you can coach them on their exercises. So what I always suggest to people, a great way to use that affiliate is to create what I call an outcome-based program. So let's say you've gone through the Save Your Shoulders program. You feel confident about coaching people on, are they doing the exercises correctly? Where are they? You can be an accountability partner, and you can also offer, like, say, 4 sessions and 4 bodywork sessions, 2 coaching sessions where you actually go through and give them a blueprint of what you think they should do for their particular shoulder problem. So that takes that one client, and now you have added a lot of value for them. I mean, I cannot tell you how much I wish I had had this when I was searching Dr. Google and Dr. YouTube and exercises that I should do and all the mistakes I've made. People really value that, and you become more of a one-stop shop because you're giving them body work, and you know what their weak points are, you know what their strengths are. So that's an easy.
I want to ask a question to maybe simplify the answer of what your affiliate program is. And that's okay. I want you to correct me if anything I say is incorrect. Okay. So we started the conversation off with, you and I have had injuries ourselves, and we've had to effectively teach ourselves how to heal ourselves.
Yeah.
And in doing that, you're now asking through this affiliate program for other massage therapists to take an online course to help save our own shoulders, right? And continue our careers for a long, healthy massage life by doing our Save Your Shoulders class, and then offering this to our clients who have shoulder problems that come in, and able to kind of discuss, like, this is what I did when I went through these shoulder classes.
Exactly.
This is how it can help you.
That's a great recap. And
okay.
They're an affiliate for From Ouch to Ah, they get a commission. That's passive income. And you didn't have to do anything for that.
So I want to also talk about what passive income is versus income associated with our time, because I don't know that everybody our listeners might not understand what that means either, and might not know how to shift their mindset from an hourly rate, like I get paid every hour for a massage, versus this other kind of in the cloud idea that I might make money off of something off the internet. It's magical, right? So when you go through the Save Your Shoulders class on your affiliate program that you're kindly offering to do that for us without charging us, and we go through that, and then we can take that and go, you know what? I have 3 or 4 clients or maybe more that have shoulder problems, and sell that to them, and they take that course online at their own house. What is the best way to sell that course to them when you're already asking them to buy massages from you? Because as massage therapists, we are natural healers. We are naturally able to say, take off your clothes and let me rub your body. but we're very hesitant to say, give me money for this.
Yes.
Right? It's a lot more natural of a conversation to say, hey, I need you to remove your underwear so I can work on your glutes versus can you give me $1,000 for A, B, and C? So what's your sales pitch?
Well, that's all of that is included in, I call it the AIM program, additional income, minimal effort. And I have documentation and suggestions on how to talk to clients about it. But that really goes back to features versus benefits, doesn't it?
Yes.
So what I suggest people do is they practice, and if we were to do it right now, just a little practice session, you always ask, all right, I have this online course that I think would be helpful for you. Well, why would it help? Because it always comes down to two things, really. It's about in this field, less pain, return to activities of daily living easily, return to leisure activities you love easily. With shoulders or with any kind of injury, with your back injury, massage therapy, good skilled body work is one component of recovery, but it's not the whole enchilada. And so let me just give you an example from my life right now. Right now, I'm working with crappy hips, right? And I just found this acupuncturist who not only is a massage therapist, acupuncturist, but he's also works for a PT clinic, and he's got certification in corrective exercise. So I can go to Matt, I can get massage, I can get acupuncture, I can get corrective exercises from him. It's a one-stop shop. And that's a huge benefit in time for me. And that he knows my body really well. So back to how do we broach the subject? That's scary. So what you do is you get an accountability partner. You practice this is what I did. It was like, oh my God, so as you know, I've taught all over the country for many, many years, and talking to people about, we call it back of the room sales, my books and DVDs was always so uncomfortable until I got a coach and I could talk about the benefits. So if what I would do, you get an accountability partner or a coach, you practice talking to clients about it until you get comfortable, because it's outside of most of our comfort zones. And how do you get outside of your comfort zone, Julie? How do you talk to your clients about investing if you want them to buy a package?
You're absolutely right. It's about results. And so the first massage is kind of like, let's see how you feel after this one. If you're getting some results after this first one, then the second time they come in is usually when I sell the package. Did you see good results the first time? I'm kind of testing the waters to see if they're a good client for me too.
Exactly.
Because I might not be the right massage therapist for them. And that's okay. I don't believe that everyone has the biggest target market that they think they do. So your target market is the people that your ideal client that you want to walk in the door. It might be a 250-pound wrestler. That might be your goal. A professional wrestler come in and you work on him or her. Your ideal client might be a prenatal person, somebody who's pregnant. So think about who your target market is and really hone your skills for that target. And then if they see results and that matches what you do, then they will see results the first time. And then the next time is when I say, okay, so I think we're a good match for each other.
Yeah,
You've got some results. See our plan moving this direction. Mm-hmm. And I kind of lay out what my ideas for the therapy is moving forward. Like, I'd really like to work out your calves because you have plantar fasciitis. Mm-hmm. I'd really like to do this next time. I kind of plant the seed so that they can think about and look forward to the next appointment for the second appointment. And that really kind of gets them in the door, to be honest. And then when they see the results, it's like a no-brainer. But I think the affiliate program fits right into that, because a lot of clients ask, what can they do in between appointments to help their healing process go faster? Because there's two things that people really are affected by when it comes to the frequency of which they get massages, and it's time and money, right? If we had enough time and enough money, we would get a massage every day. And I just heard today this fact. I don't know if you knew this, but Bob Hope got a massage every single day.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that. Yeah. Did you know that?
Yes. Yeah.
So, if we had enough time and money, we would do it every day, but a lot of us don't. So because of that, we've got these issues that we want to work through. And if they're a good client what I mean by a good client is They actually, they trust you. They listen to you. They have the motivation to really do the things that needs to get done to make their body work better for them. And
Yeah.
and I think that that's where this affiliate program kind of fits right into that niche, which is that session between, or that time between massages. So you came last week, you don't have another appointment for 3 more weeks. How do we make that time more effective so you're not going backwards? But this is also a huge opportunity for massage therapists to have this passive income. So
It's
have
huge.
income
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
not associated with your time. You
That's
do
right.
not have to be there and work and hands-on and touch them and talk to them and work with them. You just sell them this affiliate program. They do the homework. They actually come into your space after the homework's done and go, oh my gosh, look at my range of motion now versus what it was last month.
True. And I think that anybody is dealing with a chronic pain situation, or maybe not even chronic, but something that is an issue for them. Okay. What we have that happens, you have pain, you have cortisol levels, you have fear, sometimes terror. Okay. When is it going to happen again? When is it going to pop up again? For people to have somebody who has their back and somebody who has a blueprint. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to concentrate. We're going to do the body work. And here are the exercises that I think would benefit you the most. And we'll test the waters. To have a blueprint, a plan is very calming to people, and to have a trusted source. So one of the reasons I got into that is that client education has always been huge for me, as it is, I know, for you and a lot of therapists. And I would have a client come in and, I would, after their session, I would create a PDF and find pictures or find YouTube videos. And sometimes I'd spend 30 to 40 minutes creating their homework and send it to them. No charge. Which was not very smart of me, but you learn. And so finally, they'd come back and, hey, did you do that homework I sent you? Well, I kind of forgot, I didn't get to it or something like that. And this went on and on, it's gone on. And finally I talked to my coach about it, and Peggy, that's easy. They didn't have any skin in the game. Right. So that was my impetus, frustration. It's like, I'm not doing this anymore for free. So, but I know this is valuable information that people want, people need, but if you want it, you got to have some skin in the game, because then you'll know they'll use it. So that was a game changer for me. And let me just also tell you a quick story of a shoulder client that I had who had really come far with the massage therapy in terms of less pain, more range of motion. Where he wasn't progressing is strength. He didn't want to go to PT. He didn't need really PT, and he didn't want a personal trainer. And he wanted to pass his concealed handgun test here in Texas, right? And so he comes in and he's showing, well, this is what I'm doing to make myself stronger. And for those of you not watching the video, what I'm demonstrating now is he had weights in his hands and he was raising his arms above his head, what we would call overhead presses with hand weights. Okay, so I patiently look at him and I say, well, those exercises are not going to get you the outcome that you want. Because what you need in order to have passed that test, you see, that was the goal, that's the result, is you need more scapular stabilization. You need your scapula stable enough to support your arm while you're holding that gun, however. And he was like, he poo-pooed it. And then he finally came back in and said, okay, what exercises should I do? And then I suggested the course and I created a blueprint, and he was able to pass his handgun test. Now, that was priceless.
That's a great example. I was going to say, not every client is going to be a candidate for this program, because there are going to be a lot of naysayers out there and people that aren't going to listen to you or aren't going to want to do the homework. But pain is a really good motivator. And when they're in enough pain and you're booked and they can't
Exactly.
get in. And we're going to, in future episodes, and here's my tease, we're going to talk about how to create a business where you're always booked and where you're not going to have gaps in your schedule. And people will have to lean on things like this affiliate program to get them through that pain series to get to the next massage appointment.
Absolutely. Like you're right. It's not a good fit for everybody, but just think about it. They want a session with you. You don't have any sessions for 3 weeks to a month. But what you could do for them is a little Zoom session and say, show me what you're doing. I'll watch you and I'll make suggestions. And that's easy. That's maybe 30 minutes of your time, 20 minutes. And there you go. It's a lot easier on the body.
I have another question about the affiliate program. I think that a lot of massage therapists have some technology fears.
Oh God. Yeah.
And there, a lot of us got into this business so we didn't have to deal with technology, to be honest. But we don't necessarily like it. It's not our strong suit. Is your affiliate program easy to start up and easy to teach our clients?
Well, it is an online program, so they would need a computer. So that would be the only requirement. For the massage therapist, again, Save Your Shoulders is an online program. So you do need that. So for the affiliate, all you do is send them a link. That's it. So there's no tech involved with that. But it has to be done via email. And I was coaching somebody recently. It's like, oh, I don't do email. I just text. I was like, okay, you can text them, but I suggest you do an email, a nicely written email with the benefits included. You know what I'm talking about, Julie.
Yep.
Some people will text would be fine, but I do suggest an email. That would be the biggest tech issue there. Can you send an email and with a link in it? So, not everybody wants to create an online course. There are people creating lots of different online courses in it. And if you want to, that's fabulous because you'll have that material for the rest of your life to sell and leverage in many different ways. But for those people who just, I hate that tech stuff, an affiliate program is perfect for you. Because you don't have to deal with it.
Well, and I'll be honest, I am happy to learn from your mistake of shoulder injury. So I'm going to put it out in the world that I don't need to have a shoulder injury because Peggy has done all the work for me. And I can avoid future shoulder injury by doing my Save Your Shoulders class.
Yeah, I do have a free gift and the link will be in the description that will be posted, but it's 5 tips to avoid shoulder pain while you work. It's a mini course. It's only 15 minutes of your time. And again, it's 5 tips to avoid shoulder pain while you work. And so that's my gift to you, because really, I know what I felt like when I woke up one morning and couldn't raise my arm. Terror. How am I going to support myself? How am I going to pay my bills? How am I going to support my family? So this is a way to prevent injuries so you can practice for years to come. And anyway, but before that even comes, they can take the free course, the little mini course, and then they can join my 5 Days to Happy Healthy Shoulder Challenge. And that's only $17. It's a Facebook challenge. And if you're not a Facebook user, don't worry, sign up for it. And I'll still send you the video links and I'm giving away free prizes. Every day I'll pick a winner and they'll get something. So I haven't decided what yet. So anyway, that's what is in my future in terms of things that I've created. But I really do encourage people to, there's a great exercise called 16 Solutions. You get with a friend and you say, I want to create some passive income. And you do 16 solutions. You write anything that comes to your mind. And you do with maybe 2 or 3 people and you see what lands. You just do a brain dump on it. See what lands. See what, number one, what you're drawn to, what your heart and your soul is drawn to. But then there's another critical question. Can you monetize that?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, and that's really important. Again, going back to the fact that massage therapists are not necessarily in this for the money. We're in it to help others, but we want to make money. We just don't know how to do that, especially on the passive side. So I'm so glad we addressed this problem, because I know that there's so many massage therapists out there that are just pounding the pavement and getting their books stacked with people, and you're going out there and you're networking with people and you're getting all these new clients and you're doing a great job, but you're not making the money that you really want to make. And I think this passive income is really where the secret lies. And it's not just about selling products off the shelves, because you could totally do that as well. But this is taking your practice to the next level. You're stepping up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're really like, you're bringing your client with you on this.
Absolutely.
And I think, yeah. And it makes the whole thing that you do in the massage room exponentially better, because they're going out and doing what they need to do at home to make things better. So it just grows. That, you know,
it does. The
benefit is
the
bigger.
benefit for you. It's the benefit for your client, and to have that trusted source that really knows their body. And so they have a one-stop shop. Somebody has their back. It's huge when you're in chronic pain. And I have a good friend that just had a shoulder replacement. That could have been avoided. Absolutely could have been avoided. No judgment there. She's doing great. She's actually doing much better. But do you really want a shoulder replacement? Worst case scenario, you know?
No, not really. No. I don't
either.
Okay, Peggy, I do want to ask you what one piece of advice you would give to any massage therapists out there that would help them learn to run and grow their business better.
Oh, that's an easy one. Get a coach. Get a coach. And I have a coaching program, but anybody that you resonate with, it's the biggest mistake I made in my business is not getting a coach soon enough. Really, I just, it started about 8 years ago for me, like, I need to do something different. And I went through, like I said, about 3 coaches until I found somebody really good. And so that would be there's great coaches out there. They're really good, great coaches. And if you can find a great coach that's in the field, even better. We are most of us in this field are right-brained, and we're reluctant business people, but we have to do it.
Yeah. Well, great. Anything else you want to talk about that we didn't cover that you think needs to be said today?
Honestly, I just want massage therapists to remember how much they bless the world with their touch.
Aw.
One of my mentors, but she doesn't know she's a mentor, is actually a doctor named Rachel Rimmon, who her books were life changers for me, Kitchen Table Wisdom and My Grandfather's Blessing. And one of her quotes, you'll see it in all my emails, is that we do not bless with our expertise, we bless with our bare hands. We bless the world whenever we lay hands on people. So remember that, everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
A massage therapist, body worker, you are blessing the world every day through the act of touch.
Oh, that's such a sweet sentiment. And it's so true. I mean, especially after coming out of a global pandemic, learning some grace for yourselves, learning grace and patience for others. And the healers and the empaths like us have taken a really big hit. And it's hard to be an empath and a healer now. And, as much as we can get together and help each other be better at this.
Exactly.
Let's do it.
Let's help each other. After I finish with you, I am heading up to do my volunteer work in a women's prison. I've been doing this for 15 or 16 years up in Gatesville. That is they're no touch, that particular unit, no touch. And These women are touch starved. They are just starved for it. Anyway, so I always am so grateful that I'm in a business, in a world where I get to touch people and be touched.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Peggy. Thank you so much for joining me on the Handcrafted Therapy podcast. I would love to hear from you. You can email us at podcast@handcraftedtherapy.com, or you can connect with me on social, Instagram, Facebook, #HandcraftedTherapy. I'm Julie Alexander, and I wish you a very happy and healthy day.